Well, good morning. I'm joined by Governor Patterson and City Council Speaker Christine Quinn, Police Commissioner Kelly, Fire Commissioner Cassano, FDNY Chief of Department Ed Culdiff, FBI Assistant Special Agent in Charge Stephen Buchar, Chief of Department Joe Esposito, Chief of Detectives Phil Pulaski, Deputy Commissioner of Intelligence David Cohen, Bomb Squad Commanding Officer Mark Torrey, and Office of Emergency Management Deputy Commissioner John Scrivani. Before I begin, let me say that we are very lucky. Thanks to alert New Yorkers and professional police officers, we avoided what could have been a very deadly event. I'm going to begin by telling you what we know and what we don't know. At about 6:30 this last night, an alert T-shirt vendor who is a Vietnam veteran noticed an unoccupied suspicious vehicle on 45th Street just off 7th Avenue, a few blocks from where we are standing. He alerted police officer Wayne Radigan of the NYPD mounted unit, who was on his horse Miggs patrolling Times Square. Officer Radigan saw the vehicle, a Nissan Pathfinder, which had smoke emerging from vents near the back seat, and he also smelled gunpowder. He, with the help of police officers assigned to Operation Impact, immediately evacuated the area and called for the fire department and more police. Firefighters, emergency service officers, and the bomb squad responded, and the bomb squad confirmed that the suspicious vehicle did indeed contain an explosive device. There were gas cans and bomb-making materials in the car. The experts at the bomb squad are removing them as we speak. Who abandoned the car and why are under investigation by the NYPD. Commissioner Kelly will fill you in on the details, but I want to thank the professionals at the NYPD and the FBI, as well as the fire department and the Office of Emergency Management for their work tonight. But most of all, the alert vendor and Officer Radigan of the mounted unit. You know, we often say that when a terrorist is caught, he has a map of New York City in his pocket. And that's a conversation I had earlier tonight in Washington. And tonight is a further reminder of the dangers that we face. Commissioner Kelly?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The NYPD bomb squad has rendered safe an improvised car bomb discovered earlier this evening inside a dark green Nissan Pathfinder, parked on 45th Street and Broadway, with the engine running and hazard lights flashing. NYPD bomb technicians have removed and dismantled 3 propane tanks, consumer-grade fireworks, 2 5-gallon gasoline containers filled, and 2 clocks, along with batteries in each of the clocks, electrical wire, and other components stored in the rear of the vehicle. In addition, a 2 by 4 foot lock metal box resembling a gun locker has been recovered from the vehicle. The bomb squad is in the process of rendering it safe. It will be removed to our range at Rodman's Neck in the Bronx for detonation. At approximately 6:30 this evening, as the mayor said, NYPD mounted officer was notified by a street vendor of a possible car fire, a smoking vehicle, and went to investigate. After observing white smoke billowing inside and coming out of the rear of the vehicle, he and 2 impact police officers on patrol in the area began to clear pedestrians from the vicinity while radioing for further assistance. Visual examination of the vehicle by responding agencies, the fire department and police department, revealed suspicious-looking components in the rear of the vehicle. It has tinted windows and was parked approximately 10 feet from the corner on 45th Street in front of the Bank of America. The Connecticut license plate on the rear of the vehicle does not match the vehicle, and investigators have spoken to the individual to whom the plates are registered. The vehicle is seen at 6:28 p.m. on NYPD surveillance camera traveling west on 45th Street. And we're in the process of identifying additional cameras which may have captured images of the vehicle. And more important, people seen driving or leaving the vehicle. NYPD, FBI, and other authorities are actively pursuing all investigative leads at this time, and we encourage anyone with information to call our TIPS hotline. That's 1-800-577-TIPS. From 43rd Street to 48th Street between 6th and 8th Avenues are closed at this time to pedestrian and vehicle traffic. We expect that they will be reopened soon, and we certainly appreciate the public's cooperation. We did evacuate the South Tower of the Marriott Hotel. Those people are in the auditorium in the hotel, and we hope to have them get back in their rooms shortly. Mr. Mayor?
Be happy to take a question or two if anybody has any. Yes. Speak up, we can barely hear you. We have no cameras so far. We are looking at all of the cameras in the area. It will take many hours. So far, we have no reports of anybody running away. Nothing on a camera yet. That doesn't mean there won't be when we look at all the cameras, but so far we do not see anybody running away. We do not know who drove the car or when they left the car, sir.
Mayor, the car-bomb was described as crude by the NYPD. Can you explain that a little more? Why is it crude?
It was made up of consumer-grade fireworks that you can buy in Pennsylvania and drive into New York. And the wiring was nothing that looked amateurish, I think is a nice way to phrase it. Sir, we can't hear you. What? We can't hear you. You have to speak up. Sorry. That's correct.
No VIN number.
There is no VIN number. Nothing. Yes. Been removed, miss. We have no idea who did this or why. And until you find out, we can't say any more than that. Yes, sir. Say again? Well, there were 3 propane tanks and 2 containers of gasoline, and it certainly could have exploded and had a pretty big fire and a decent amount of explosive impact. And depends on how close you were to it at the time. Anything else? Say again? We always change our security plans, and we certainly are not going to announce them. We have looked around other boroughs tonight just to make sure. We kept the 4 to midnight tour on duty, and they found nothing suspicious in any other borough, and they'll be sent home very soon. Yes? I just said we've asked everybody, all our police officers, to stay on another shift, keep the shift late. They've looked every place, and there's nothing suspicious. This is a city of 8.4 million people, and people should go about their business. If you see something strange, pick up the phone and call 911 and turn it over to the professionals. And that's exactly what happened here. You had a vendor who saw something, thought it was strange, said something to the police officer on his horse. The police officer looked, and then the professionals took over, and that's why nothing happened. Yes, miss. Miss, we have no idea who did this. I said before, we have nothing to go on yet. First thing is to make sure that everybody's safe. Then we'll do our investigation. Yes, miss. Our staffs were in touch with the White House and the other intelligence agencies while Ray and I were on our way back here.
Mayor, talk to us about the location of this car-bomb. Some people have talked about that it was near an Army recruiting office as well as the Viacom building. There's been some talk about South Park recently in the news, the depiction of Mohammed. Is that part of the investigation?
We'll always look at where it is. There's no evidence that it's tied to the Army recruiting or to Viacom or anything else. It was at an intersection a block north of where we are, and you can see what is in the neighborhood. There's anything